was our 6 hits of the miss singing Jimmy Fiddler's song, I Do Mean You. Jimmy Four-Beller, yes, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present one of Hollywood's leading actors, soon to be seen in the Paramount picture The Mad Doctor, and familiar to all of you on the air as that super detective, Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Basil Rathbone.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, I'm really glad to welcome you here tonight, Basil. I've certainly enjoyed you as Sherlock Holmes. The part fits you to a T.
Well, thank you again, Bob.
You know, I wish I could find my niche in the radio world.
What was that?
Niche.
Well, scratch it, old boy.
But tell me, Basil, how does my program compare with yours?
Oh, it's very different. For instance, we don't have a studio audience at all.
Well, then you mean you go through an entire program without any laughs?
Yes, but you see, we have an excuse.
I've got one, too. I forgot to run through the audience with my feather tonight. But I will say, though, Sherlock Holmes mysteries are really exciting, and I love that Dr. Watson.
Yes, he's wonderful. Nigel Bruce plays the part, you know.
Oh, he does a grand job. He makes an ideal partner for you.
Indeed he does. I realize it more than ever tonight.
Practically, I'm alone. Look, I appreciate you dropping in tonight, Basil. After all, we both work at Paramount. In fact, I have the dressing room right next to yours.
Oh, are you the one that has the dressing room right next to mine?
Yes, why?
Must you cook?
Well, I've got to do something with these eggs, but I couldn't resist it. I had to do it. But I like my new dressing room. You know, the last star who had it was a very distinguished actor.
Yes, too bad Rin Tin Tin died. You're still getting his MASH notes, aren't you?
That's a lie. Pauline, you ruined my straight line. I am not getting Rin Tin Tin's MASH notes. It's a lie.
Is that so? What about that note you got yesterday? Honey, meet me at the corner of Hollywood and Vine in half an hour. If that's okay, wag your tail out of the window.
Well, you know, one gets all kinds of fan mail. It's tough being a celebrity, isn't it, Basil?
It certainly is, Bob. You're not missing a thing.
Wait. You're razzmatazz tonight, Baz. Wait a minute. I'm well thought of at Paramount. You know that.
Yes, everybody on the lot has a good word for you.
They certainly do.
Yes, it's a good word. Too bad we can't use it on the air.
I don't know how you got all the laughs. I ought to have my mother look over the scripts. You know, Basil, our listeners would be interested in knowing how you ever learned to turn on such a wonderful, horrible sneer.
Oh, that's quite simple, Bob. I used to be a waiter in the Brown Derby.
Well, I thought maybe you'd been listening to this program.
No, that's where I get my snarl. I used it quite a bit in a picture I just finished at Paramount called The Mad Doctor. I go around killing all my patients.
Really? Say, well, how about giving the folks a Let's get together now. Come now. How about giving the folks a preview of The Mad Doctor tonight, Basil? Suppose I were going around selling magazines and I dropped into your office. What would happen to me?
Well, let's try it and see.
All right. Oh, boy, what a job. Selling magazines from door to door. I've been walking all day. Boy, have I got blisters. Doggone, got a flat in my left toe. Gee, this is a big office building. I wonder if I should try this office. That's a lovely sign he's got on the door. Dr. Frenesy. That sounds menacing. Anybody in?
Yes, I'm the doctor. Speak up, young man. What's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. I'm selling magazines. I'm working my way through.
Through what?
They're going to tell me after I sell the magazine.
Well, don't stand there staring at me.
Huh?
Why do you stare at me? Everybody stares at me. Why do they stare at me?
Well, maybe it's because you've got two heads.
Oh, so that's why I always have the feeling that somebody's looking over my shoulder. Excuse me a minute, old man. I have a patient in the next room with a slight headache. Couldn't let him suffer, you know. I say, young man, would you like to see my latest experiment?
Is that part of the 40-cent tour?
Yes, you see, my latest experience is very unique. Nobody ever thought of it before. I'm crossing a mouse with a mouse.
You crossed a mouse with a mouse? What did it get you?
Mousies.
Say, you know what? I think there's something wrong with you.
Yes, indeed. I was thwarted as a boy. I wanted to go to the circus. They wouldn't let me. I wanted to play baseball with the other kids. They wouldn't let me.
Why wouldn't they let you?
I had a contract with Hobby Lobby. Do you think my actions are a little strange?
Why, no, but if you must foam at the mouth, foam Pepsodent.
My friend, I could do a lot for you. I have one experiment I could perform, and it would make you a man with long, beautiful, golden curls.
Oh, I'd like that.
You'd like to have long, golden curls? Why?
I want to be the talk of the draft camp. They read.
Come over here and sit next to this machine.
Please, all I want you to do is buy my magazine. Buy my magazine.
I see you're starting to get hot under the collar. Collar! I'm not only nuts, I'm corny.
Well, look, Doctor, what are you going to do to me?
Now for my greatest experiment. When I turn this switch, you'll never think of anything but beautiful girls. All your life, you'll just think of Hedy Lamarr and Madeline Carroll.
Oh, gee, that's wonderful. Turn the switch, quick.
All right, here goes. Well?
Doc, something went wrong. It's terrible. All I can think of is Brenda and Cobina. I keep seeing their faces.
You say all you can think of is Brenda and Cobina?
Yes.
Couldn't let him suffer, you know.
That Sherlock Holmes show you have every Sunday night for Goldwin's quinine cold tablets is sure swell. Stick around, Basil. Take it, Skinny, my man.
Ida, sweet as apple cider, sweeter than all I know. Come out in the silvery moonlight, of love will whisper so soft and low. Seems though can't live without you. Listen, oh honeydew, Ida, Elijah, I love you, Ida, did I do. Seems though can't live without you. Listen, oh honeydew, Ida, Elijah, I love you, Ida, did I do.
That was Skinny Ennis singing Ida, ladies and gentlemen. Come in. Come in.
Dr. Hope?
No, you're a week late. I was Dr. Hope last week.
Oh,
this
yeah,
week there's
yeah.
no hope. Oh, I mean, what am I saying? No doctor. I mean, no, say, what do you want anyway?
I ain't got no friends. I can't even influence people. I want to be a hermit.
Oh, just a minute, Bud. Here's a chap who can tell you what to do, or back he goes to time signals. Art Baker, tell him what's the matter.
That's easy. Well, the chances are, ladies and gentlemen, that our friend overlooked the greatest friend winner and people influencer of them all, his smile. Yes, the one thing that most quickly draws people to you is your smile. And take it from me, a smile has to flash. It has to glitter. It has to have brilliance. And that's why it's so important to polish teeth as well as clean them. Tooth powders that just wash teeth do only half a job. And that's why it's so important to choose Pepsodent tooth powder. For Pepsodent contains a new high-polishing agent, available in no other tooth powder, called composite metaphosphate. Scientific tests show that it has the power to produce 32% more luster on teeth than any other leading tooth powder, actually twice as bright as the average of all other brands. Now think of this big 32% margin in terms of how much brighter your teeth can be, how much more charm your smile will have, and I'll bet you'll hurry to your druggist and say, Pepsodent tooth powder, please.